Hello, welcome to my bookshelf tour. that one person asked for, that's Mally from Back to Reads, I think is her channel name. I'll link it down below. And she asked for this. So this is for her and anyone else who might be curious. A few years ago, I got back into reading and I started my book collection, and it has gone feral ever since. And yeah, I am very happy that I have a husband who's very supportive of this hobby of mine. He has many, many boxes of comic books that are unread and many more that are read. And so we support each other in our hobbies, thankfully. And I am incredibly, incredibly grateful to be able to have this book collection. I buy many, many, many used. I've gotten some from friends, gifts, etc., etc. But anyway, if you care, here are my bookshelf. I don't really know what I'm doing, if you can't tell. So we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. Okay, so generally, these are my bookshelves. I'm gonna back up a little. So this is my living room. And then these are my bookshelves. Because our house is fairly small. It's like 1,300 square feet. And so the books live in this corner of our living room. Previously, this was the kids' like playroom area, but now that they're older, I got to reclaim it. Anyway, we can start at the top. I have some box sets up here. There is my Sookie Stackhouse books. I had all these originally, but then I got rid of them, so I rebought the whole set. I think I read the first 4 or 5, and then the rest I read as they came out. I was a big fan of them. Paranormal Romance is still my shit. And then we've got my True Blood DVDs. This one's at the bottom. I don't know, for whatever reason it got moved there. But my True Blood DVD. Twilight, of course. The Raven Boy series. Sarah J. Maas. Those books over there are books for my April wrap-up. And then the rest of my shelves, I sort by read and unread. And then fantasy, horror, unread, fantasy, horror, read, romance, some classics down there, and then unread romance, unread literary fiction, and then my read literary fiction is over there. And so I have some room to grow, but not a whole lot. But I do have some room to grow. Anyways, I will show you something. Maybe I'll be in some of this video, but I think it's going to be hard to be in it and show you the top shelves. So these are my red fantasy shelves. So we've got the Shauna McGuire series that I have read. I do keep my series apart because I feel like it'll encourage me to read the next and finish the series, so all the brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles can be together again. So I do that. We have This Is How You Lose the Time War, which I loved. This should be together with this. The Red Winter I read recently and really loved. This is The Crane Husband. I just love the cover of this one, and I really enjoyed this one. It's weird. I loved it. It's a allegory for an abusive relationship, etc. Down here, you've got my T. Kingfishers. There's Mate over there. I do have Bride, but I owned it out and I haven't seen it in a long time. But we'll see. And then, yes, my T. Kingfishers. I love the Paladin series. That's great. The first Legendborn, Pure Nessie, I'm obsessed with. Absolutely loved Pure Nessie. Ninth House and Hellbent I did enjoy. I'm excited to get to the third one. I need a reread. I also really loved Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan, and the next one's coming out, but I think it's coming out soon, fairly soon. The first 2 in the Poppy War trilogy that I just read last month. I read this one. I loved those. And then we have all my Sarah Beth Durst that I have read so far. The Spell Shop, Enchanted Greenhouse. And then these are her more high fantasy stories, and I really liked these a lot. This is her Queen of Blood series, and I bought them when they got republished because the covers are just so pretty. I want to show you. I probably should be wearing a mic for this, but she signed them all, which is exciting. I have them all signed. All my Sarah Beth Durst books are signed except for Get in there. The Faraway Inn, because this one is new. Look at those gorgeous sprayed edges. Loved that one too. Loved it. Get in there. All right, and then I have Can't Spill Treason Without Tea, which I loved, and then Pirate's Life for Tea, which I did not like, but I'm going to read the third one before I unhaul it. This is a little thing my daughter made me, which I loved, and it's super cute, and it's perfect to like put in little wildflowers that she might pick for me when she was little. She's big now. She probably won't do that anymore. But anyways, down here, you know, maybe I could put you on a thingy now. Welcome to the lower half of that shelf. And so over here, I have my PC Casts, which is Divine by Choice is the first one. And this is a fantasy paranormal romance series about a woman who finds herself replacing another woman from another portal dimension type thing. And that woman is betrothed to a centaur, and she ends up marrying him. They all think that she's this other person and she has to marry this centaur. It's a bit wild and it's a bit dated, but I just love these books. And she wrote with that, what's that vampire series, Marked, with her daughter. And there are a lot of similar type things in here to this one. Like a lot of similar characters and things, which I found was interesting. I did not read the whole Marked series, but I did read a few of them. And then over here we've got my J.R. Wards, my Dark Lover and Lover Eternal, which are the Black Dagger Brotherhoods that I have read. And then Nora Roberts down here. This series is the Morgan's Cross series. And this is fantastic from what I remember. So, of course, like, I could be wrong because it's been so long since I have read this, but I sobbed during the final book of this book. This is about a vampire. It's like I can't remember exactly everything, but I do remember there is a vampire romance in here. But it was just, I just remember bawling, and I need to reread those because it's been years, but it's like Nora Roberts. Who would have thought? And then I have Grimmery Grammar School here, which that is on the docket to unhaul maybe because I don't think I'll ever reread it. It's not a favorite. And then down here I have this series, The Curse of the Gods by Jane Washington. This is also, this is a Why Choose paranormal romance fantasy series, and I just love this. She falls in love with 5 brothers, and it's a wild time, and I just really loved it. Back a few years ago, when I started reading, let me get me in here. When I started reading again, I would go on Audible, and this was like pandemic times, you know. I would go on Audible and just like, those ones were, you know, free without, you didn't need to use a credit for. So I got hooked on them, and I just love them. I just had a great time with them. That's another one I need to reread. The first one was a bit iffy, but the rest of them are just so good. So good. In my humble opinion, which does not mean much. Anyway, and I got my Travis Baldry's here. And then this is One Dark Window, and then Two Twisted Crowns, which I loved. These shelves are small, so I can't put hardcovers here unless I put them over, lay them down. So for the most part, like, not much will fit in here, but when they do fit, they fit perfectly. So yeah, it's fine. And then I have Banewitch here, which I really enjoyed, by Ava Morgan. And she had another one that I really enjoyed as well. What was that one? Witches of Bone Hill. I like that one a lot too. I got that one from the library. And then down here, which you might not even be able to see because it's pretty dark, but we have Vicious, Fear the Flames. This is the England British edition, softcover paperback, which I really liked. And then we've got This Woven Kingdom, that series down here, which I have not continued, but I do want to. Anathema, which I liked, but definitely need to continue on with and see. And then Bridge Kingdom and Traitor Queen. This one goes over here, which I did enjoy, and I love these covers. They're just so pretty. They're just pretty. But I did not like I didn't continue on with it because I didn't like it enough to continue on with it, but you never know. Maybe someday. And I did read the next book in the Fear the Flame series, but I did not pick up the next book because I want it in paperback and I want it to match this one, so I might have to get it from Blackwell's. Anyway, that's that first fantasy shelf that's on red, and I've been talking for a while already. We'll stay down here, I guess, for now. Mally, I hope you're enjoying this because I don't know what I'm doing, so I hope you like it because this is for you. It's all for you, Mally. Anyways, down here I have the Crescent City series, Sarah J. Maas, and she doesn't need to be talked about. I like her books, but she's done some not so great things. Anyway, I have Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch, which I enjoyed, and you can't really see down here. I'm sorry. Maybe if I turn you like this, but it's still kind of dark. It's not the best. Then my head's cut out, but if I put you back here, then you can't see. So I don't know. Anyways, Phantasma and Enchantra, which I enjoyed. And then I have The Discovery of Witches over here, which I loved. I loved these books, the first 3. This was another one when I was on Audible and I wanted long books because I needed that credit to last. This is before I was on Libby or in Hoopla, and I knew how to game the audiobook system. So I had to figure out how to make those last, and these are really long. So I listened to them all in audio, and I actually really liked Times Convert too. This is another vampire paranormal series, but it's more adult and not in like a sexual way. I mean, there's some sex in here, but I just think it's a well-crafted story and I really enjoyed it. And then she came out with another book, which The Blackbird Oracle, which I did not like as much, but I was just happy to be back with the characters. Up here, we have the Immortal Dark series, which I liked, didn't love. So I might be getting the 3rd one from the library when it comes out and see if it's something that I want to actually buy or on haul. Mistress of Lies I liked, but I don't remember really anything about. And did I press record? Yes. I don't really remember anything about. I have the next one in the series, but I will need to reread this, and I don't know if I care enough to reread it, but I probably will because I remember I did enjoy this, so I should probably give it that much. Strange the Dreamer and Use of Nightmares. I absolutely love these 2 books. They're some of my favorites, and I read them as an adult, and for me, they held up. I absolutely loved them. So these 2 guys, and then I have my 2 copies of Catabasis, and I know some people didn't like these, but I loved them. This one is the one with the pretty edges, but like many people have said, to get those like detailed edges, they had to do like bright white paper, which was a choice. And then this one does not, I did not get a copy with the edges, but I just like this copy more for rereads. And because I just liked it so much. The Everlasting, which I gave 5 stars and loved. Project Hail Mary, which I just read and loved, which is, I put it here because it's sci-fi. I don't really read a ton of sci-fi, but it can go in this section. And then I Medusa, which I didn't love, but it's so pretty that I'm going to leave it on my shelves for now, but it's probably going to be on the chopping block at some point. It's just so pretty. So you never know. It can stay here for now. It's kind of dark in here again. Oh my gosh. I need like a light here, but then I don't know. And then over here I have my Hobbs. I have my Sabi hobbies. I have Assassin's Apprentice, the first trilogy, Far Seer series, world, interconnected world, and I do want to continue on with that, but not yet. And then my first Robin Hobb was actually Shaman's Crossing, and then this trilogy, it's the Soldier Son trilogy, and I really enjoyed this trilogy. And it was my first one. I read it during 2020. It was before I got like heavily back into reading. I got heavily back into reading, what is it, 2026 now. So January 2024 or 2023, something like that. I got heavily back into reading. I decided I was going to make a New Year's resolution to read every single day, even if it was just 10 pages. That's what I did with running and exercising. I just decided one day in September, I'm like, I'm going to exercise every day in September, no matter what it is. It could just be something short, 5 minutes, whatever, and just get that hobby solidified and the routine solidified. And I did, and I've been working out ever since. And that has been almost like 8-9 years now. So that worked for me. Anyways, I read. And then I also have up here The Seven Deaths of Locke, which I loved and gave 5 stars. I have the 5 Broken Blades series right here, which I really enjoyed. I haven't gotten the 3rd one yet. I got it from the library. Rebecca Ross. I have these. I have not read the newest. What's the new one? I don't remember, but I have it over there and I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, so that's the ones down here. Brandon Sanderson, the only trilogy of his that I have read to completion, The Mistborn Era 1. And then down here, I have the Ember and the Ashes series, which I really enjoyed, and then Air, which I also enjoyed, but I don't remember a ton about. So if another book ever comes out, I'm going to have to reread it. Maybe dusty. They're due for a clean. I have Blood of Brighthaven, which I loved. And then these are the Throne of Glass. I have the John Gwynne, but Malice, Valor, Ruin, and Wrath up here, which I enjoyed. Scythe, which I read these a long time ago. Quicksilver, Brimstone, which this one is actually the paperback I got from Waterstones because I wanted the paperback. And the Tides Held the Moon, which I enjoyed and is really pretty. Evocation, which nobody liked, but I liked. And then The Familiar, which I also liked and nobody seemed to like. The Feybound. These are the editions, the Fairy Loot editions of Feybound. And then the next one in the series, which was Cursebound. These are other books that people don't seem to be liking all that much that I really enjoyed. I'm going to need to reread the first 2 though before if another one comes out. Because I did really enjoy those. And then we have, of course, The Night and the Moth, which I'm obsessed with and I can't wait for the even the whatever that's coming out. Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil, I absolutely loved. Probably should not take this out, but I got this special edition from Fairy Loot. I'm not a member, but occasionally I will either buy something used. And then Addie LaRue. Let me see. I have my Fourth Wings here. And then I have my Everflames here, which I'm very excited that she just announced that the last one will be coming out in September. Fingers crossed. We've been waiting for a long time. And Inkblood Sister Scribe, which I enjoyed. And then I have Curse Carved in Bone and A Fate Inked in Blood, which I enjoyed both these. And these have the pretty metallic edgies. And then I have Her Majesty's Royal Cauldron and the Shadow Cabinet from Fairy Loot. And sadly to say, the 3rd one I was on the list to get early access to, and then my kids needed me and I forgot to do it. So now I don't have the 3rd one. I read it, but I do not have it. And I really like these editions. So I don't know if, I mean, I know that I could probably sell them for a decent amount of money, but like I don't have the 3rd one, so maybe I couldn't. I don't know what to do about that. And then Shield of Sparrows, which I loved and read again recently. Let me open up a window or something. It is dark in here now. Woo! Some light. Sorry if that was dark, guys. I apologize. And then over here, this whole section is my horror that I've read. I've got all my Poppy Z Bright up here. Whoops. I got this guy, which I love. All my Poppy Z Bright. I love Poppy Z Bright. Actually, these ones aren't like super duper horror-y, Prime Liquor and Soul Kitchen, but I still put them up there because just keep all my Poppy Z Brights together. And Poppy Z Bright is a trans man, and these were written previous to transition, but they still go by, I guess he still goes by Poppy Z Bright as a pen name, so that works. I loved Poppy Z Bright back in the day. He was just had a big influence on me in my horror reading. We're not going to talk about that one. I have Bottled, which is an indie author, and this one was really creepy, and I liked it a whole lot. A lot of generational trauma, alcoholism, allegories in there. This is Sour Candy, A Short Stay in Hell, and of course, Tender is the Flesh, which we love. Bunny, Rouge, All's Well. This is my award section. I did not like We Love You Bunny, and so I did not get it. But I loved Rouge. A lot of people don't. That might be a hot take. I don't know. And then my Nat Cassidy's. I love my Nat Cassidy. Rest Stop I have somewhere else because I was rereading it because I'm rereading his short story collection. Paul Bearer's Club. My Paul Tremblay's. I love, love, love horror movie. I'm obsessed with it. I need to read more of his books. And then The Lamb, which I also loved. Lots of favorites up there. I am going to be keeping this one for now though, because it was a time, and it's just a moment in time that happened culturally that is interesting. And for now, I'm going to keep it because what else am I going to do with it? Anyway, The Fisherman. Pictures of Dorian Gray. These both have live show memories attached to them. Tear, which I loved. If you've been around at all, you know that. Wives Under the Sea, House of Hollow, Fantastic Land. Let's see. Some Stephen King's, some Joe Hill's, Heart-Shaped Box. I need to reread because this horrified me when I read it when it first came out like 20 years ago. And I don't know if I'd still like it now, but that has that memory attached to it. Caught on a Cornfield. Oh, Pocket Knife Kitties, another indie that I loved. Just short and weird, and I loved it. Bones and All, which a lot of people don't like, but I liked it. And then here is The Scald Crow, which I think more people should read, even though Sarah from Wicked Reading hated it. I loved it. And then The Mean Ones, Tatiana Chalaté-Bonnet is coming out with a new one that I'm looking forward to reading. I have the arc for that. And then she also wrote Such Lovely Skin. These are great. They're just both really great. Odd Body is probably my most favorite short story compilation of all time that I've read so far. I love it. I want to read it again. Blood on Her Tongue. I just love horror, guys. The covers are just amazing. They're just the most amazing things ever. And then I have my T. Kingfisher horror over here. I love The Hollow Places. This is probably my favorite horror that she has written. And then I have What Moves the Dead. I did read the second one, but I don't own it, at least yet. And then I have my Julia S. Dawson's, Bloom, and Guillotine. Are these the ones that I've read and I really enjoyed? I think I got rid of one of their other... No, I didn't have it, actually. I did it on audio. Anyway, and then my Rachel Harrison's, Black Sheep, Such Sharp Teeth, So Thirsty and Play Nice. So Thirsty was like, but the rest of them I really enjoyed. Black Sheep's probably my favorite. Switch up the perspectives here. And the lighting's not going to be great, but anyways. I don't know what I'm doing with this camera, but I'm trying my best, guys. Mally, I hope you like this. I hope this is for you, Mally. Anyways, we've got my Sylvia Marino Garcia's, and I liked both of these a whole lot. I'm gonna lean in. Should I lean into it? I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope you like it. All right. And then The Merge, which I was obsessed with. I think this book is great. It gives a big mind F kind of a book. I really liked that one. And then You're the Witching, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. These are my Grady Hendrix's. This, I gave 5 stars. A lot of people didn't like this one, but I don't know if it's because I'm a mom and I've been through it. And, definitely more real life horrific than anything else, though. Then we have My Best Friend's Exorcism, History of Fear by Luc Dumas, which I liked, but I absolutely loved. Nothing Tastes as Good. I need to get a trophy for my shelf for that one. And Incense Around the House, which I really liked. My Little Crochet Plant, Chlorine, Australio, Dark Matter. This is an indie, Adam Costco, which I really liked. This one. This is an older one, which is Quietly Horrifying, which I think more people should read that one. This is about a guy who, I mean, I can't tell you all about all these books because that would take forever. This is about a guy who comes to this girl and captures her and holds her captive. And yeah, it's great. Open Wide is more lit fic, but I put it in here because it's just kind of horrifying where it ends up going, but it's unhinged and I loved it. On Sunday She Picked Flowers was amazing. Sapphic, cabin vibes, family trauma, generational horrificness, and weirdness, and it was really good. And then Ghost Eaters, which I really enjoyed. This is like, if you have any history in your family of addiction and stuff, it's just like kind of heartbreaking, but really good. Sisters of the Lost Nation is on the chopping block for me. It's not one that I loved a ton. It was fine. I think I give it 3 stars. Julie Shannon's Dead I loved. And then here are my Monica Kims. My Monica Kims. Here's me with my Monica Kims. Anyway, did I start from the top? Yes, I did. And then my probably book that has the biggest impact on me in 2025, Sour Cherry. I don't think everybody loves this book as much as I do. I might be Sour Cherry's biggest fan. Am I your biggest fan? I just really love this book. Anyway, and here are my Anne Rice's, The Tale, interview through The Tale of the Body Thief. And then I also read Mem Knock the Devil, but these 3 were my favorites. And I don't know why this is so, like, why did they do this? Why did they make these match but then not match the size? This is the only one I can find, the only size I could find, the only one I've ever seen. And it's really annoying. And I just hate it. It pisses me off. It makes me irrationally angry. It makes me irrationally angry. Sorry, Sour Cherry. I love you. Natalia Theodorado. Write more things because I'm obsessed with you. Natalia Theodorado is also a trans man. So I believe. Let me check. Let me double check pronouns. Yeah. Trans mask. All right. So down here we've got my Sarah Gailey's. We've got my Nuzo Ono, which this was wild. We've got My Heart is a Chainsaw. We've got my Stephen Graham Jones. These are all Stephen Graham Jones. This is my favorite Stephen Graham Jones. I Was a Teenage Slasher, my absolute favorite. I have my Katrina Awards. I loved Looking Glass Sound. I think that not that many people liked it, but I really liked it. And I need to read more from her. I have House of Beth because this reminds me of Allie. This video is for Mally, but this book, it reminds me of Allie because of her video. I thought that was fine though. And then Tradwife, which I absolutely loved. I think more people need to read this one. And then my Marcus Fleurs, which I gave both of these 5 stars. So, all right, we're almost done with this section. This is going to be a long video. Maybe I need to go faster. I'm going to go faster. Olivia Blake. We've got my Eric LaRocca's. Mara really liked. Why I Love Horror. Where I End, which was absolutely fantastic. And Bleak. Here's my Neil Sharpson that I've read so far. Clockwork Orange. Diary of Blood. Rosemary's Baby. Got some classics over here. The Exorcist. Pink Slime and Fever Dream, which I really liked. Certain Hunger. My Ling Ling Hungs. And then Hungerstone. And this copy of Dracula, which I really like the edges on. And then last but not least for my horror is Mr. Magic. And then What Hunger's down here. I need to put some, I hate putting books down here, but I have to, otherwise, you know, I don't want my bookshelf to tip over. It needs to have some books on the bottom. I should probably fill it, but anyways. I got Sleuth down here. I don't know why she's down there. All the way down there. Slue Daddy. And then Eat the Ones You Love, which I didn't really like that much. Got my Victorian Psycho down here. So that is my horror collection of books that I've actually read. Okay, so this corner shelf is all of the books. I'm going to move my chair. All of the books that I have not read yet in the horror and fantasy section, other than the bottom, which we're not going to look at those. It's the Disgraced shelf, and then also just got my Bone comics down there, which is not, as far as I know, Disgraced, but you know. And then I have family photo albums down here. I have all my bones. All my bones. My bones. My bones. My bones. Down here. I don't even think you can see them. I probably won't even put that in there. And then we have some other books. Just like I said, in my yearbooks. Oh, look. It's my high school yearbook. From my first year in high school. 1999. Anyway. Alright. I'm getting a little punchy. Here's some of this. We've got, so these are ones I have not read. So this is horror and then fantasy down here, but these are ones I want to read. If you see anything in here that you think I need to read right away, let me know, because I'm thinking a video idea soon. Little Eve, I'm excited about. Nowhere Burning is the new one, and I'm excited about that. Although it's not getting good reviews, but I don't always agree with people. You know, I've got Tell Me I'm Worthless. What's this? Oh, blankie. I need to clean my shelves, but it's not happening right now. And then here's some more up here. Rebecca. Episode 13, I haven't read yet. There's definitely someone here I could probably get rid of, like The Murder Game, I think is a young adult fantasy. Vampires A Go-Go, what the hell is that? I don't even know. Near the Bone. Christina Henry, I've liked some, but not many. Road of Bones. Yeah, I'll just show you the ones I'm really excited about. So I'm really excited about Honeysuckle. That was a fairly new acquisition. And I don't know why Sundial is so far away from its family, but I'm not going to move it at the moment. The Devil Takes You Home. See, I do have this one, which I need to read at some point. And then Hex, which I don't know if I'm going to like, but I will try it. At Dark I Become Loathsome. And the We're Always Tender with Our Dead. I do need to read these. I really love Eric LaRocca, so I know I'm at least going to like these. We'll see how they go, though. I think that people weren't loving them, but at the same time, I loved Rich, so I'm going to give it a shot. Housewoman, I really need to read. Old Country. Lots of these are like ones people have recommended that I just need to read. Look, this one's also not in its home. I don't know. I need to reorganize my shelves, obviously, and I probably should have done that before this, but that didn't happen. And so it's fine. I don't know what that is. My Sister the Serial Killer. How to Sell a Haunted House is like one of the Grady Hendrixes I haven't read, but some people like it and some people hate it, so I'm just curious. The Vet's Daughter, which I don't even know if this is horror, but it might be more literary, but I just put that up here. Whisper Down the Lane. There's a Paul Tremblay. Hideous Progeny. Little Heaven by Nick Cutter. Josh Mallerman. Here's Supplication, and here is another Erica McKean that I need to read. Darling Rose Gold. This one, like, I could probably get rid of. Whisper Network, I could probably get rid of. Like, A Widow's Confession. Like, am I ever going to read this? I'll probably try it at some point. But we'll see. There's definitely some here that I could probably get rid of. But we're going to keep them because I don't... As of right now, I have the room. It is so dark out today, so I apologize if the lighting is a bit dark. The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives, Hitchcock Hotel, The Garden, The Center, One Yellow Eye. I still need to read American Rapture. Some people love this and some people did not, so I'm curious. Bad Pre, Botanical Daughter. I'm excited for lots of good ones that I'm just excited about. I just bought Morsel. And then A Head Full of Ghosts. I feel like I'm saving this for like just a time because I know that I'm going to love it. Maybe I'll be sad and not love it. And then this is his middle grade that I was just really curious about that I found used. Excited about this Stella S. Dawson, but I don't know if it's going to be for me. Silence of the Lambs, which, I mean, I guess I haven't read it. I've seen the movie. So I do need to read it at some point. Nana, which I know Bree from Locked Beautician does recommend. And then I also want to read this one soon too. Gone to See the Riverman, which I knew Peyton just talked about in hers. Like Jagged Teeth. I know this is just like rambling. I don't know if this is that exciting or if anyone's going to watch it, but... And yeah, so I got some more over here. Confessions. I do have that one. That one needs to get read. We Shall Be Monsters. Lots of good ones. A lot of these I buy used. A lot of them are used. It's The Vegetarian, which I also know is more literary, so maybe that shouldn't be here, but it can stay over here. I know it's weird. Hidden Pictures, 18. Like, I heard this was like super scary, but then other people are saying that it's not that great now, so we shall see. I just got Japanese Gothic, and then I've heard such good things about this one, but I haven't read it yet. And that's One Bad Night. Not many people have read that one yet. I need to read the new Taking Fisher soon. All the books I want to read, and I haven't heard good things about this one, but I do want to at least give it a shot. Down here we have a few thrillers and mysteries, and then this one that I'm going to read for the Classic Scares Book Club. The Chain, Liars. There's my little, I don't even know if this battery even light. My little crow guy. I had two of these, but one of them fell because they're actually like waxy. So I dropped it and it broke, and that was very sad. And I have my little Poison Scott Garden book over there. The rest of the Shannon McGuire series. I have this, which is an Emily Henry young adult book. I don't really know if I want to read that. And Summer of Salt, too. I don't know if I want to read that. We're in the fantasy section now, by the way. Olivia Blake and I don't have the best relationship, so we'll see if I like that one. Eliza and Her Monsters, I have not read yet. These are all I have not read. Serpent on the Earth, Delicious Monsters, all those ones. I'm just going to show you Heaven's Invisible Blessing. Princess Sorrows, Strange Case of Alchemist's Daughter. Like, look at this cover. I gotta read it. Lots of ones. Raven Scholar I haven't read yet. So many I want to read. And I got these are the 3 Robin Hobbs that I need to read still, that I haven't read yet. And then I've got Race the Sands, Eldritch, Burning God series. Got my Barbarian books. It is so freaking dark down here now. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Oh my. I've got Barbarian books. Rebecca, Eros, Wild Reverence, which I know everybody's loving, that I need to read. I'm just going to show you slowly my fantasies. I've heard really good things about these in 9th, whatever that one is. 9th Reign, maybe? I have that over on my to-be-read cart. And then here's some more other books I need to read. More books I need to read. More books I need to read. I don't know if Water Moon is like one I should even bother with, but at the same time it's like, I don't know what this is. What was I thinking getting this? I don't know. Anyways, that concludes my horror and fantasy books. And this section I'm going to go through quickly because I'm over it now. So, sorry. And the lighting is just really bad. Anyway, this is a painting / I think it was wax pastel that my husband made. It's of cheese and mouse traps for some reason. And we his mom framed it and we put it up. He's very artistic, and for someone who works in a very not artistic field, look, like it's just, I should have put a light on. Like a, lighting's not good. It's not good, guys. Anyways, I'm just going to show you. These are my red romance books that I've kept. I don't keep a ton of romance, but these are the ones that I've just kept for now at least. So I'll try to get it so you can see. These are the romance I've kept. Romance is always on the chopping block because unless I like really, really love it, I don't feel the need to keep it. I really liked these though. The Bourbon Brothers series. These were fun. Then I have Heartstoppers, Binding 13. These down here. These are a lot of like old classics that I've gotten used that I need to get to perhaps at some point, or I've read already. Some more red books down there. I really love You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. That one's great. And then I have these, which are unread books. These are unread, mostly lit fic down there. We'll just show you them. Patricia Wants to Cuddle. Luster. I know I need to read. And then here's my unread romance, except for this one. I don't know what that's doing over here. And this one. Those aren't romance. Oh, maybe I just... Yeah, those are more thriller and lit fic. So I don't know why those are over here. Those are in the wrong place. And then romance that I have not read yet. And then these are my red lit fics that I've kept. I don't keep a ton. Lit fic I'll keep more than I'll keep romance and thrillers, but I do have some over there. And then you cannot see these, but that's over there. And that's over there. Anyway, those are my bookshelves. I'm sorry about the lighting. I tried my best, but it's like not the best. Anyway, these are my bookshelves. Aren't they beautiful? I'm very happy to have a place for books in my house again, because I did not for quite a while when the kids were little. Anyways, my books. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Mally, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was for you. And for anybody else who watched, thank you. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. You could find me on Goodreads, Instagram, and the links below. And I hope you have a great day. See you next time.